Hello, Patreon friends. We nailed it this time.
Hey!
Welcome to Last Call of Cthulhu. This is the after show for episode 16.
Yes.
No, 17 this was.
16.
Episode 16, exactly. And there was a lot of stuff that we introduced a new character.
Yay!
We had lots of sand rolls.
We had lots of sand
many.
rolls.
Oh my gosh.
He was ready for adventure.
Yeah, he went. Yeah. You know, when you challenged him, he was there. He was there. We had you finally found out what the ritual is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oof.
There's a lot of steps.
There's a lot.
It's a lot of steps and a lot of like halfway through that I'm like, should we be doing this?
Well,
I mean, if you hate the world, I guess.
Dimitri might be close there.
I mean, what's the world done for him?
Yeah, are we gonna get sand back before?
Possibly.
Cool.
I'll make you a nice cup of tea.
Yes.
So,
we'll have some
so we
tea.
weren't able to see the ritual until like right before we're about to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tenzin has been so.
He's been specifically not telling us what
Right.
it was.
I mean, he did tell
Or
us
did he
about
not know?
him.
He
being-
told you
yeah.
some part. He told you some parts of it, but
Yeah.
he never really told you the whole thing. Remember, he only got the scroll, a little while ago,
Right.
and
He
so.
did definitely not mention the 5 nectars of man.
No.
Say that.
Oh. That,
Well,
no.
nobody until somebody asked what was in the pill, you know.
Well, and like he had specifically been like, no, don't look at what I'm collecting
Right.
because
Yeah.
Right.
you
And I'm
don't
just
want to
thinking,
know.
where'd you get that marrow from?
Yeah.
Like, of all the things.
Spoken like somebody that hasn't been in a charnel ground.
Yeah.
I mean, we did know about the sacrifice. I mean, that was.
Yes, but I think one interesting thing that comes out in this is that it looks like you're not really going to kill him. It's envisaging killing him.
But then it says it sounded like when we were reading it, it sounded like you think about it and then you do it.
It sounds like you think about it and it happens. Not necessarily that we do it.
Yeah, I think it's a more meditative sense where,
Yeah.
like, if you believe that you're doing it, then you don't have to do it.
And the tea will probably help with that, like get us into that kind of a.
Your eyes will be swirls.
I can make
mental
that
state.
kind of tea.
Yeah. I can drink that kind
Yeah,
of.
between you and Tenzin, they will be flying high.
Yeah, help us be like, all right, what do we need to imagine? Cool, it's happening.
And, Tenzin's a little bit of a drama queen, so his whole who's gonna kill me thing,
Right.
he was always kind of playing fast and loose with that because, he knew that you weren't really gonna kill him.
I'm glad that I didn't play him now, because that would just been such a letdown.
Well, also, Eugene might have tried to kill him at some point.
Yeah. It still could happen.
We'll see what happens with Eugene.
Man, if he actually manages to like ruin the ritual, Gwen will just kill him. Just be
Yeah.
like, no.
Not with what if he goes a particular way, that might be more difficult.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Of course,
we'll
again,
see.
that thing could blow up in his face. I'm going to leave it to Ezra's imagination.
One of the neat things, all too often in Call of Cthulhu, and I fall into this trap, we just say, and a ritual happens. I really like this, like, laying out every step
Yeah.
of the ritual. And part of that is they have a specificity of actual Hindu rituals. Because this is based on real Hindu visualization, where, you're not actually killing somebody, but you are, you are the sacrifice. And so you are envisioning yourself as the sacrifice. And you are willing, and that's like the part of the ritual that
It's
you do.
actually a ritual.
Yeah.
It's all symbology.
Right.
And
But it's really interesting how they walk through each step of it, and and then mechanically there are going to be like rolls that will happen
Right.
For the various steps and that sort of thing that will sort of tell us how well or how poorly the ritual goes.
I've got some dice ready to go.
I've got to make a bone ukulele to get ready for the ritual.
Oh. I
Maybe
would genuinely kind of love that.
maybe if you ask Sri Potty, he'll.
He doesn't know him.
Yeah, it's
There's-
too bad.
There's benefits and there's drawbacks.
By the way,
Coming in with
He doesn't
someone
go to
fresh.
potty, huh?
Bone Ukulele was James's third album.
Oh,
There it is.
There you go.
Let's.
No, oh man.
Let's get it on
I mean, I have a
Wikipedia.
ukulele,
Make it
but it
official.
doesn't really look like it's made out of bone.
Just paint it white.
You mentioned, I was going to make a joke about James's third album before. It was something about absinthe darkness. Like you were
Oh
saying
yeah, the absence of light.
Yes.
absence of darkness.
Right.
But
Absence.
Oh, I see.
Absence of darkness.
There we go, yeah.
I would drink that.
James's fourth album. There, I stole your joke for you.
Yeah.
The other thing that was kind of cool here. So I'm not running this as pulp like you guys. So the Mi-Go that you fought actually had crappy hit points.
They really
Yeah,
did.
they did.
I was surprised.
And were really sucky with their guns. They have like a 35.
Was that
Oh,
kind of
wow.
on purpose in the book, or
Yeah,
was
well,
it?
it was in purpose. I mean, you know, this is a side quest. Like in the book, Tenzin is not there. They in the book they want to steal the bowls. They detect the bowls that first lightning storm, and then the book gives you two options. You can either have the Mi-Go like come as Mi-Go and do something, and I decided to have them since you let Ulo go off alone. I decided to do that, but they also it would have been funnier if Ulo spoke a language you could speak, because then it would have been like, I am a regular human.
Yeah.
You could have pulled that out
we would
again.
have gotten that again.
Yeah, or the Mi-Go dress as the apes and like chase the party and try and take the bowls. But yeah, Tenzin isn't involved in that at all. So I had to.
These were the lowly cadets who were sent off in a little pod to go and grow things.
Well, yeah,
It's
this
like,
is-
They're farmers. They're space farmers.
You're doing the scut work. Go over there where the humans, where the idiot flesh bags won't see you.
Yeah, and they, as soon as they detect the resonance of the bowls, they want to use them in this machine to try and that's they actually. So normally Mi-Go have lightning guns that are that do like 46 damage. But they used all their lightning guns to make this machine. That's why you kept getting shot.
Interesting.
Gotcha.
The idea that they're issued these, and they're like, are you going to show us how to use these? There's a pamphlet.
No training.
What was the light ring?
That I just made that up because I wanted to have something. I wanted to have something there to since once you guys started running back and forth, I was like, there needs to be something to that they have to be mindful of.
Take our legs out from underneath
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Possibly literally, like your foot off at the ankle.
Well, I always tell the story of that one Paranoia game where somebody tied a vibro whip on the stairway in the first act, and it just stayed there the whole game. And I just kept every time somebody said they went on the stairs, I was like, you hear a ah! There's nothing better than a running joke. Drive a running joke into the ground.
And then resurrect it and beat it into the ground again.
That's right. So we had, my challenge was I had to get Tenzin back.
Yeah.
And I had to get you guys to Pimlico, but I also, I knew that I wanted this to kind of be contained to just this episode, because the ritual is probably going to be a whole episode itself.
Yeah.
And then it's the aftermath of the ritual, depending on how that goes. Could be a very short episode.
I think this was this worked out really great to introduce a new character.
Yeah.
Because you're right into action and you see crazy stuff. And, we didn't have 3 episodes of trying to not tell him anything
what's going
that
on, yeah.
Yeah.
crazy.
That's a great point. I hadn't thought about that, but that is a great point. That's a nice way to do that.
It is a little sad to just be thrust in there and just have to be I just have to accept this now.
Well, but you didn't do that, which I loved. You're like, is this real?
Yeah.
You weren't sure.
Until the gunshots.
Until the
Yes,
guns,
until
yeah.
Oh, this is very real.
Things just kicked into a different gear.
Gunshots will do that.
And it is always a challenge to, and one of the challenges with sort of long-term campaigns like this is introducing a new character, because we've had 16 episodes of building up. What is that? That's like 50 hours or something of building up a relationship with this one character. And now,
But we already like this one way better.
See, I admitted the difficulty traveling with. Oh, I do like when we were trying to get away from the other Mi-Go, stopping or something. No, wait, hold on. I'm digging something up.
I think you and
our
Tenzin have a
lives.
good act. You and Tenzin have a good act.
And I can see that. I like that. I like that interpretation of difficult to travel with, where it's like he's not, like you said, he's not a slave master or anything like that, or driving everything along. But he will talk your ear off about whatever he's working on.
And then his timing is atrocious.
Right. And he will just stop and go, okay, I got to do this.
We always used to say. So my stepdad is a wonderful man, but he would forget that he'd taken the engine out of the car, and my mom would be like, hey, Nick, are you ready to go? And he's like, yeah, I just got to put the engine back in the, he's working on the, like, just got to put the engine back in the car, then we can go. And we're like, that takes hours.
Do you maybe want to start?
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's, so, Patreons, I'm going to give you the spoiler here that the players already know, but it hasn't been clear. The ritual is not the end of this episode. It's the end of Act 2 of this episode. The third act is really interesting because it can go a bunch of different ways depending on what happens with the ritual. There are a number of different choices. It's a little, it's a little Baldur's Gate 1-ish where you reach a center area and then you can go here or there. But so you feel like you have total choice, but you don't really. But depending on how the ritual goes,
Come on, Eugene.
things will be very different
Okay.
where you go. And also that karma score that I've been keeping track of will come back and...
He's got good karma, right?
I don't know.
Ukulele equals good karma.
I could make a strong argument for the other way.
I want to be the karma
That's
chameleon.
the title of this after show. Ukulele equals good karma.
I mean, unless you're like Steven Universe, in which case, sure.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Yeah, he's.
You're not Steven
essentially-
Universe.
Yeah, he is. I'll change his name.
You're an old British man.
That would
Yeah.
be like...
Who's now going to be named Steven Universe in order to turn that ukulele into a superpower.
How old is this guy, actually?
I don't know.
in the 20s, he's in his 30s.
Oh,
That was a
wow.
fun sentence. Man, I'm telling you, Google a picture of this guy, because he has a mustache that will not stop.
So he and Gwendolyn are about the same age.
He,
I sent me all this stuff, and I read through barely. This is a lot of history. Like
And your
the
brain is like,
history is
no.
going out of the window. I am not going to be true to this character. My apologies.
No, but yeah.
But he's
No.
impressive life.
and that is, he is yours now to do with what you will. You should not feel bound to any of the historical stuff.
What are you looking at?
Frank Kingdon Ward.
Francis.
Yeah.
So it's not Franklin.
No, that was a typo by me.
Oh, there's the must.
Yeah.
Did go by Frank, but it was short for Francis, not Franklin, as several people in the chat were yelling at us the entire episode.
Understood.
Well, as long as we irritated the chat.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that
well done. Also,
mission accomplished.
mustache for days.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
sweet mustache.
That's not a mustache. That is a
That's a must.
Oh my god.
small animal attached to the upper lip.
That's like filtering small animals out of the air.
He's got a walrus.
Like krill.
That's a walrus stash.
Yeah, but it is better that it's Franklin.
Yes. Yeah, Francis is Francis. Yeah, Franklin. That was why I was
Can't
like,
wait until Franklin meets Franklin.
I can.
you know what's funny? I didn't get that until the third time Thomas said it, and then I was like, oh right.
My brain just keeps. Every time I think of the children, my head actually goes to that one scene of Futurama where the professor's on the phone. To pieces you say. What about his family? How did they handle it? To pieces you say. And that's what I think of whenever I think of those kids.
Nice. Well, this was a really fun. I had a good time. This was a fun episode.
thank
We definitely moved some things forward, but
And we ran into Migo again.
Yes.
It's been since Masks that
Yeah,
we
it's
ran
been
into the Migo.
I had to, I tried to do them a little differently,
Yeah.
just so that they weren't like.
There
'cause-
are amigos.
I want
Yeah.
what are they? The Durham brothers?
That was
What's the name of those aliens? Those are cool guys. You got to bring those back.
Those guys were. I just didn't want to do the what's his name, the director, not John Waters, but that's all I can think of. But that's who my Migo voice is. Is the director of.
That truly horrible voice.
Yeah, he did a thing where he did the weather like this, and that's his actual voice.
Yikes.
The guy with the crazy hair does art films.
David Lynch.
Yes.
Okay.
Got it.
That was a fun little guessing game we just played. All right,
You really took us on a journey there.
Yeah.
the hair was the
Yeah.
I could have said smokes a lot, but all right, Patreon friends, we so appreciate everything you do for Quests and Chaos. Go buy the silliest thing you can think of on Amazon.
Yes, please.
Sexual aids. Maybe
too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the honestly, I
The
need to
Kama
research
Sutra?
This cheese powder.
The cheese powder is pretty good.
Something along those lines.
Diatomaceous earth. Just buy a bunch of diatomaceous earth.
So, anyway, I've got a story about that, but we will move on.
Next time.
Yeah.
There's a teaser for next time, Patreon friends. A diatomaceous
for 3
earth
weeks.
No,
story.
it's got to be volume. It's got to be bulk of something that's absolutely bizarre, like
like
silly putty.
So
like,
I have one standing order on Amazon, the monthly order. It's for 5 pounds of gummy bears. I get 5 pounds of gummy bears every month and a half.
No, that's still too conventional. I understand that. It has to be something where you stop and you're just like, who on earth, why?
Right.
Whereas 5 pounds
Those
of gummy bears, that's just
those
like...
popcorn kernels were pretty close to that for me. Where it's just like,
I like popcorn.
you can go to the store and get those.
But I mean, 6 pounds.
Yeah, that's a lot of
for
popcorn.
$14. I mean,
that's a
a
good price.
That's a deal.
Well, we're talking about value here,
I mean,
Yeah,
also AMC is coming out with their Perfect Lake popcorn soon, and
I don't know what that is.
AMC theaters they're going
Right.
to release their popcorn
Oh.
to grocery stores.
I see, like kernels or
Yeah.
microwave. Oh, no.
Microwavable.
Just as overpriced.
Oh yes,
Probably.
and also available via DoorDash. Anyway, I just need my stock to go up, so please patronize AMC.
Wow.
Trying to shoot the moon.
Yeah. I need to break even, so
There you go. That's why we need Patreons, because Thomas keeps buying GameStop stock.
Oh.
I made money on GameStop.
You missed out on the last one. What was that? Bed Bath & Beyond?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just saw there was a video game that they had like a crypto component to it, but they did their Kickstarter and then they put all their Kickstarter money into crypto.
I saw, yeah.
And then they lost all their
crushed it.
money.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, nobody's getting this game and we're not going to finish it, and we lost all our money in crypto.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, stocks are just gambling with extra steps, and not that many extra steps.
No.
It's I think we've all learned a little something here
Yes.
tonight.
Of course we have.
Good night.
It doesn't work that way.
Good night, Patreon friends.